Hey Nob here. In this video, we're going to be going over the update roadmap for the game Kinggodcastle. What's coming ahead for 2025 for the first half. We know up until around June, July, what's going to be coming. And this is a dev video of sorts that they kind of do around the time when new heroes are released, kind of pre-showing the hero and kind of driving hype and all that crap. So on top of that, they kind of include other tidbits of information. In this one, they kind of give you a glimpse of what's coming ahead in the future. This kind of came out like a month or so ago. I'm kind of late on it, so I figured I'd go ahead and kind of cover it, and because it's still relevant. We still have a bunch of stuff that they talk in this video that is coming up ahead, and it's very exciting, so it is good to cover. So I'll leave a link down in the description below to this video if you want to check it out yourself. So this is the PD Ekwe, right? The person who replaced Mr. Krako, and he's doing his thing. So if you can look at, this is the first thing, okay? There's several things in this video. So this is around Moore's got released already. So as you can see, there are already things that that happen. And as you can see, season 52 toughness is the Shelter legacy. And then season 53 is the previous season. Actually, we were supposed to, like, they were planning on the new hero to be a Swift hero to be last season. Obviously that didn't happen, so we can say that the timeline has been kind of delayed a little bit, so pushed back. So right now is season 54. Season 54 just happened. Today is March 29th, so obviously season 54 that says April 23rd. I don't know, bro. I don't freaking know. Maybe that's the end of it. You know, I guess that makes more sense. Like the end of season 54, you'll get this this thing, right? But I honestly, I think it's pushed back because this season we are probably gonna get a new hero, and it's gonna be the Swiftness hero with their new legacy. I'm going to assume it's gonna be a melee type, right? Because right now Myrna, which is kind of funny, because Myrna right now is literally dictating the game state, and it's a little, I mean it is nice that it exists because it is a new kind of level, but the thing is, it's a unique legacy and it's very good. So this new hero is going to be Swift hero, and they're going to be able to use Myrna legacy, right? So like, they're like, not all heroes that who uses Myrna is amazing, but I mean, it's still really good. Like for example, Zalbai. Zalbai is a Swiftness melee hero. I'm going to assume the newest hero is going to be Swiftness as well. Swiftness melee, and it's going to be like a Zalbai kind of thing, but who knows? They are definitely designing that new hero, which is kind of interesting because Myrna exists. They are designing their kit with Myrna, like how powerful Myrna is in mind. So I have no freaking clue. This might be their actually OP hero with an OP legacy, because like where we live in that world now where we have a bunch of legacies already in the pool, especially unique legacies. And if, like we all know, if you're a courage hero, you're going to be really good because you have courage legacy. If you are a Swift hero, innately you are amazing because you can use Myrna, right? So I'm going to assume this new hero that we're going to be getting in season 54 is going to be freaking busted. So yeah, so on this timeline, going back to it, so season 54, which it says brave right now, that's courage, and everything is going to be shifted, right? Because we haven't gotten the new Swiftness hero yet or whatever. Last one, the thing that came out was toughness, which was the Shelter legacy. So the next one in line is going to be a new hero, Swiftness, for this season. Next season, season 55, everything's shifted. It's going to be a previous hero, new courage theme, right? So like similar to how Shelter was, right? They're making a unique legacy based on a older hero, right? So it's going to be a courage, which right now Swiftness courage is kind of insane. You know what I'm saying? Because courage legacy is so strong. Swift, like right now, it's kind of dictating a lot of the competitive scene, at least in arena and things like that. So it is what it is. All right. So season 55, according, like, you know, based on this kind of list or whatever. So next season, so this season we're gonna get a new hero, Swiftness. Next season we're gonna get an existing hero theme, courage legacy. Okay, a courage legacy. I don't know who it could be. Hold on, let me bring up a list of courage heroes. Let me see. Let me get a guess then. All right, hold up. I pulled up a list of courage heroes. We got Daniel. Hard to believe. Leo already has one. Evan, Joel, Mel already has one. Nabella, Tebek, Ian, Pharrell, Jinju, Petros. Petros already obviously already has one. I'm going to assume this is going to be either Ian legacy or a Jinju legacy. Just based on popularity, if they're actually aiming for like popular characters that are actually going to be used, like people actually would want it, because these existing hero themed legacies like the cadence or whatever, I mean, there's a lot of freaking heroes, so it's going to take some time. So obviously they want to kind of put into the game legacies for heroes that is going to be used often. They want that play rate to be up, right? So I'm going to assume it's either going to be Ian or Jinju specifically, right? So we'll see. That's my guess for Brave. And then the next update after that is going to be a rework of a hero. So as you remember, like they kind of reworked Daniel, right, and things like that. So they're actually reworking a elemental hero existing with apparently a new legacy, right? So elemental is interesting because elemental right now, elemental heroes aren't exactly super strong, and I'm going to assume, based like my guess of element heroes is going to be that's a very good one. I personally think it's going to be Jupiter. My second pick would be Hela, but the thing is they adjusted Hela a lot to where I think she's like doable, playable. She's not amazing, but she's like I think on my tier list I put her C tier, which C tier. I'm 100%. I'm like, man, I'm gonna put all my money on Jupiter. Jupiter is gonna be the new rework hero with their new legacy, and hopefully they do her justice and bring her back to like the triple S tier arena god, or I'm down for them to kind of make her a good like a farmer too or whatever. I'm down. I'm freaking down. But I'm pretty sure it's gonna be Jupiter because Jupiter has seen. I'm pretty sure if they look at the data, that the play rate is gonna be really, really low. So my guess for that rework is gonna be Jupiter for sure. And then apparently in the same season, we're gonna get another new hero. I mean, I don't know if this is freaking correct, but we at some point we're gonna get also a new hero with a new rework, and it's gonna be a Mystique one, which is interesting because there's a lot of freaking Mystique heroes right now, and I imagine the idea is that they want to put more supporting things in the game so you can build out and round out an actual team. So if you notice, there's a lot of like Patros, you have like a Link hero, and now there's like, who do I put on my team? I have so many heroes and choices now, which is very great. So another Mystique hero with a new legacy. I have no freaking clue who that might be. I don't think it's another Link hero because 3 Link heroes enough. It would be cool to have another Link hero that kind of serves an alternative purpose, like an alternative Lunaire, right? Like, I have 2 different kind of Lunaire buffing things, but I actually would like some multiple Link heroes for like the same purpose kind of thing. So but that like, does a little bit different. But right now I think Link heroes are good. I think it's just another hero that I hope it's not a DPS Mystique, bro. I honestly hope not. I hope they kind of keep up with this thing where they essentially support flex slot heroes like Isaac and things like that, make someone else good, and allow us to have a lot of creative freedom in team building with who we put as support or whatever. So it's pretty good. There's a lot of Mystique heroes now. And then after that we have a similar to the toughness and the tenacity, courage, and we have a shadow one. From Shadow, let me pull up the list real quick. So who would get a shadow? So you have Mara. Does Mara have one? I don't think Mara has one. Leica has one. You have Kane. Ren has one. You have Neria, Rai, Kathy. Affiliate already has one. Inwrath. Kadam does not have one. And then you have Moors, which has one, obviously. So my guess is going to be either, if they're going to go with the play rate, I'm going to assume they're going to go with play rate, boys. They're probably going to do Neria or Kadam. Or I can see a Kathy one too. So either Neria, Kadam, and then I'm going to say Neria first. Kadam probably second. Popularity poll, Kadam definitely is over Neria. So I guess I'll revisit it. Kadam number 1. That's my first pick. And then Neria is a close second. third is like a Kathy pick, and then fourth I can see like a Mara thing happening. So Mara, I'm gonna throw in there as a. I don't think they're gonna go with like an Enrath one or a Kane one. I really don't think so. I think Kane has more. I don't think they're going to give a unique legacy to a hero who isn't played as much, like low play rate. Like it's not going to be as popular, right? And Kane is notoriously like not like a standout popular hero. So I think they're gonna aim for Neria, Kadam, or Kathy Mara. You know, that's my guess for that. So that is it for this version, and then of the updates, and then they kind of go into the new rotation of the Tower Trials. Tower Trials, you know, I have a love-hate relationship with it. I think it's good for new players and things like that, and it is cool, but it's just kind of turn off brain dead kind of thing. It is definitely not geared towards in-game players for sure, so I appreciate that. You know, I appreciate that. You know, I reckon I do miss me an old Tower Trials. When Tower Trials first came out, bro, that was like peak, right? Peak Tower Trials, when no one knew how to build a team and all that. I mean, it was kind of broken, but you know what I'm saying? There was some issues, but yeah, you know, King God Tower Trials competitive fans, you know, fam, who has that King God Tower Trials flag? Yeah, I'm kind of happy that I got one. You know, happy. You can't get that anymore. Can't get it anymore. So this one, so it's the same timeline. They're just talking about other things. So you have the new raid boss, Hero to Hero, already came out. Then you have the 4.5 anniversary, which pretty much happened already, right? That happened. And then a new Herald, new boss or whatever is gonna come out, and then Invasion 2.7 new accessory set. So meaning that Invasion 2.7, so 17 will come out, and then also the corruption version will come out in kind of like this span of like 2 months, right? So Invasion chapter 17 just came out, right, with the opening of season 24, and then we will expect a corruption version, right? I mean, this chapter is freaking crazy, right? We're getting to the point right now where a lot of new players are trying to 100% invasion mode, because invasion mode to them is the story mode or whatever, and that's indicative of their progress of the game, right? And it's getting to the point where it is so hard to even like complete all of invasion now. So the idea is that you complete it up until you can, then you farm that one, and then you do other things, and then you eventually build up or whatever, and then eventually you can like pass that invasion chapter or whatever. So it's an interesting world right now in King God Castle. Invasion is definitely different in the past. And then next one is going to be the release of Invasion chapter 18, which is kind of freaking crazy. I'm curious what chapter 20 is going to be like, and if they're going to do a season 3 invasion. Yeah, I'm curious. I'm freaking curious. All right, next one is going to be, they talk about the beginner quest stuff, which already happened or whatever, not exactly relevant. Then they actually talked about the freaking Great Rift. So this is very exciting. So essentially, they kind of go on to say basically that they have been teeter-tottering on whether or not to they want to do things to Great Rift, but they've said over time, number of times again and again, that they feel like Great Rift is a complete package. It's perfect. Like they've said it time and time again, boys. That is perfect. That they don't feel like they can add any more or change anything to actually increase that experience, right? I mean, there's one aspect that I would love for them to address, and it is the freaking 40K freaking achievement, bro. I am telling you, it is near impossible to get that. You guys know that freaking plunder, that freaking achievement, bro. The people who have it right now, I mean, I'm not gonna throw shade. All right, they may or may not have gotten that achievement through, let's say, not normal means at a time frame, and they never got addressed. Let's you know, I'm phrasing it very very cautiously. There was a time when there was, let's say, there was a bug King Castle. You know, there was a time that happened. And I'm gonna assume, like I'm just gonna assume. I'm gonna assume that they got those achievements because of those bugs that existed at one point. And it just apparently those users got checked, and apparently they were good, but bugs. But whatever, bro. Whatever. I would really hope that they can address that freaking achievement, because I really want that freaking chest flag, please. Please, yes. That is the only thing that I want them to address. Anyways, Dimension Rift is they're going to do like a 2 mode type of thing. We don't know how we enter Dimension Rift, but Great Rift is, as you know, Great Rift, and then they're going to leave Great Rift alone and add a next mode, like a new mode. I'm assuming they're going to call like, the mode Rift, and then you have Great Rift, and then you can choose Dimension Rift. This is all speculation. Dimension Rift is going to apply a different set of rules and things like that. What I'm going to assume, my money is on that you have to complete Great Rift first to access Dimension Rift. That makes the most sense to me. So you do Great Rift, and then once you complete Great Rift, the next level is Dimension Rift, and then you can kind of go that way, right? And they kind of make this idea that it's like a roguelike, but now it's Dimension Rift is like a roguelite or whatever. So things kind of get retained, right? Like you actually keep things. Like with Great Rift, you start from zero always, doesn't matter. There's some connection with your own barracks and things like that. But that Great Rift was released before legacies existed, before accessories. There's no accessory legacy things going on in Great Rift. Dimension Rift is going to have the legacies and accessories in there. How they're incorporated, we have no freaking clue. But they kind of go on to say that pretty much their solution is not to update Great Rift, but to make a new mode that is in line with that idea of the mode, right? So I'm gonna assume the best way to tie it all together is the Great Rift. You complete that, then you get access to Dimension Rift, and you can play Dimension Rift. But the thing is, if in Dimension Rift you have all of these ULs and accessories and all that, why would you ever play Great Rift, right? So there has to be like a catch of where it's a balance of the two, right? Like what is the catch of playing one over the other? Like I imagine they don't want to release Dimension Rift and have Great Rift like just dunzo, right? Like maybe there's like a ticket system or something that you can go to Dimension Rift. I have no freaking clue. So something like that. We'll see. Then on top of ULs and accessories that they're going to be including in Dimension Rift, there's going to be regions and classes. There's going to be region class synergies, which is really, really awesome. And whatever those like there's going to be new synergies, like specific, like essentially for Great Rift, there's like Great Rift specific things, right? There's going to be Great Rift specific synergies, so like region classes and things like that. And I imagine there's going to be a future where these unique things that apply to Dimension Rift, there is obviously a room in the future for that to bleed into actual game, as we've seen like in Strife and things like that, like some of the greed items, and they make it into strats and things like that. So of course we can assume that that's going to be the case with Dimension Rift. And then they kind of go on to say like, in Dimension Rift, when you combine these items, you usually do like, and then you get a sword, right? Sword to sword equals a sword. Bow goes into a bow, but they propose an idea of that you can combine a sword and a bow, and what does that create, right? A sword bow. I don't freaking know. So in Dimension Rift, they're able to have fun in this environment and kind of like play with the rules and things like that. So that is very interesting. Obviously, kind of goes against the idea of a merge game, but I'm all for it. And that is it for the roadmap for the first half. Like that is for the first half until like June, July. I'm gonna assume is going to bleed into July. And then they're gonna obviously they're gonna be doing another one of these really, really soon with the newest swiftness hero, right? I'm gonna assume that's the hero, right? And then they're probably eventually gonna announce like the second half roadmap, right? Whenever that is, right? And then I actually forgot, I skipped over this. They actually are gonna do custom skins, right? I don't know how they're gonna implement this, but basically they were saying that there's a bunch of skins for invasion and things like that, but you only really see these beautiful invasion skins or whatever when you do invasion, and you don't really do invasion as much anymore because of the sweep system, etc., etc., etc. A lot of people play Arena and Strive nowadays, as they were saying, and then pretty much they're gonna make it to where you can actually use these chapter event mode maps and set it as your main map to that you see in Battlefield, right? Like Strife or apparently Strife, right? Strife or Arena. So you can see like the Goblin map for Arena, for example. If you really wanted to, you can do that. So that is interesting how that even functions, no clue. We'll see. And that is it for the update. We will eventually get that second half eventually, but it is what I'm excited for Dimension Rift. I'm excited for all the new things that they're going to be doing with this. But you know, it's just they need a little more. We'll see what they are cooking. And you know, it is good. Let me know in the comments below what do you think about all these updates, and what is your guess for the new Swiftness Hero? What's your guess for the Courage Legacy themed and the Shadow one? Who are they going to rework with Elementals? Jupiter for sure, man. I'm telling you. I'm freaking telling you. And anyways, thumbs if you like this, subs if you loved it. See you in the next one, boys. Later.